welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to do my everyday makeup routine. Obviously, I'm starting this video already in my makeup, so when we skip to the beginning, just be kind. Okay, be nice. This is my light, everyday, natural glam. It's what I do if I'm going to work or if I'm filming content, for example. Very natural, very sort of BECCA, Charlotte Tilbury, youthful glow, nothing too heavy. Without further ado, I give you me about half an hour before this, doing my makeup. Enjoy. Right, are you ready? Jump scare. I feel like I really do myself dirty when I do the intro at the end when my makeup is done and then you see me like this. Starting off with the Bondi Sands SPF 50+. I love this stuff. I use it every day. You should be doing your SPF even if it's not particularly sunny outside. You know, I do live in England. This one's actually really nice. It smells like a holiday. It's really good under makeup and it gives your skin a nice glow. I feel like whenever I use this in Get Ready With Me's on TikTok, I always get asked like, what was that moisturizer you put on first? Because it made you really glowy. This is it. Also, it's got that bit of tack as well, so I don't really need a primer. Also, we have kindly been greeted by a snake bite on the top of my head. And by snake bite, I just mean two spots that are coincidentally quite close together. Don't know where they came from, but they are here for the duration of this video. Now, I literally never wear foundation, ever. Even when I'm doing like a full glam look, I guess, which I don't really do. I normally just go for more concealer and stuff like that. On a normal day, I will use the Collection Filter Finish. Sometimes I do also swap it out for the e.l.f. Halo Glow as well. This is more of like my summer shade. As you can tell, it's a little bit darker, but this product is beautiful. Essentially the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter dupe. Honestly, it is, I actually kind of think it's better. I think this is like £7 as well compared to Charlotte Tilbury, which is what, 50? So just apply that all over my face, literally everywhere. Essentially I use this as foundation. It hasn't really got any coverage in it if I'm being honest. Just more kind of blurs your skin, adds a nice radiant glow. I'm blending that in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. If you know, you know. I really got into watching YouTube videos, obviously in my Zoella era, so I actually predominantly still use the same Real Techniques brushes I bought back in the day. But I keep washing them, they keep coming out nice and soft and ready to go. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Blend, 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 blend. Again, if you know, you know. I'm gonna try my best to not let my arm get in the way, but I can't do my makeup with my left hand. It's just not gonna happen. So there we go, that's all blended in. As you can see, just a nice natural glow. It's given me kind of a little bit of a blur, and yeah, that's pretty much all I want. Some days I'll even just wear this. I won't put anything else on my skin, but as we're doing my normal go-to, let's carry on. So next up is concealer, and I actually bought a new one yesterday because I needed a top up. It's the Hourglass Airbrush Vanish concealer in the shade Fawn. This concealer is honestly unmatched on the market. It is the best concealer ever. You literally need the tiniest little dot. A little goes a long way. When I tell you, I have literally bawled my eyes out with this concealer on set with powder and it has not budged. Yeah. I don't really need it anywhere else other than these little ones up here, but I'm not going to put it directly on my face. Instead, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and blend it in to not get the spot like bacteria on the wand. I'm just going to use a little brush and dab it on, and then I'm going to leave that to set down for a little bit more coverage while I blend in my eyes. And for that, you guessed it, we are using a Real Techniques sponge. Nice and damp, all ready to go, and just blend. I'm trying to think what I can update you on. Oh, right. If you're an OG, if you've been here for a while, if you've watched my TikTok for a few years, you will know that I used to be a die-hard Harry Potter girly, which, don't get me wrong, I still am. I still love Harry Potter. Just, I'm not as infatuated with it as I used to be. And I have a Harry Potter shelf in my room, actually directly behind where you're standing. And today I am finally taking that down and changing it to something else. It's a sad but happy day. Some people it may not be that deep. Just for me though, like that was such a big time in my life. But I've kind of not moved on, I don't want to say, but I want to switch it out. You know, my aesthetic definitely is more pink and girly and gold and whatever, so basically I'm going to change up the shelf and make it more cottagecore appropriate, if you will. But I'm not getting rid of the Harry Potter stuff, I'm keeping it, obviously. There is the concealer all blended in around my eyes. Look, flawless. It is so good. Go back in with my Real Techniques, what is this one? Deluxe crease brush. Half of the names have rubbed off, and just blend around the spot, not on the spot. As I said, little goes a long way. Now sometimes, not always, I will go in and do cream bronzer and cream blush. Today I don't really feel like putting that on. I'm not actually going anywhere. Like, I'm just going to take this makeup off as soon as I'm done, pretty much. I'm just going to go super natural, what I normally do for work. But if I was doing cream bronzer and blush, I thought I'd quickly show you what products I would normally use. For bronzer, I switch it up between the Pink Honey BFF Face Frosting. This stuff is amazing. It's so creamy and buttery. There's 40 grams in there. That's gonna last you a lifetime. You literally need the tiniest amount because it's so pigmented. As this is so pigmented, I tend to go quite heavy-handed sometimes and not realize how much I'm putting on. So if I want just a super natural bronzy glow, look like I've just come off the beach, I will use the Chanel Soleil de Tan bronzing cream. I mean, it smells very luxurious. As you can see, I've barely used any of it. It literally, again, lasts you a lifetime. You don't really need that much. Again, this is another one of those products that I would just use by itself as like a no makeup, you know. And for cream blush, it is always the Hourglass blush stick in the shade Sacred. Look at that colour. That was really winded down. Look at that colour. It's beautiful. Nice rosy blush pink. Nothing too overpowering. Good for day to day. Very buildable. Love it. And again, there's so much in there and you need the tiniest amount because it's so pigmented. It's going to last you a lifetime. So moving right along to powder. This powder puff, I'm scared to show you because it's actually quite dirty. I need to clean it. Yeah. When it comes to powder, I either use the Hourglass Veil powder or the Beauty Crop Vitamin Bay powder. I've loved this one recently. It's actually really good. I think today, as we've used the Hourglass concealer, we obviously have to use the Hourglass powder. And this powder is flawless. I do actually have the Hourglass Veil powder brush, but I use that for bronzer, so. And I'm just going to set my under eyes and anywhere I put concealer. I don't really like to set my whole face because I'm going to put bronzer and blush on anyway, like powder products, and I just don't want to like keep building them because then I feel like I look too cakey and too matte and I don't like it. When it comes to the spots, I'm just going to do a little dab just on top, try not to move any of that concealer. Like I said, I don't like to powder my whole face, but I will just lightly go over the areas that don't get bronzer or blush. So the middle of my forehead, a little bit on my nose, around my mouth, essentially the T-zone, really. And there you go. Moving right along to bronzer. This is my favourite step because I feel so one-dimensional right now. Now, up until recently, this has been my die-hard bronzer. For 4 years, I have used this. If you look back on my other everyday makeup routines, I'm pretty sure there's another 2 at least. I've been using this bronzer. It's the BECCA Sunlit Bronzer in Bronze Bondi. Look at how much I have left. This bronzer does not exist anymore. The brand does not exist anymore. There is no way for me to repurchase. This is the last one that I have. I think I've had about 3 or 4 of these. That's the last one. There is no more. Asked on TikTok actually for suggestions, and a lot of you recommended the Physicians Formula bronzer. It smells like chocolate and coconut. It smells like a holiday. There is so much in there. I feel like it's going to last me a lifetime, and it is so pigmented. I literally need the tiniest bit, so again, gonna last me forever. It's a really nice colour as well. Sometimes, again, this is another product that I'll accidentally go a bit heavy-handed with because I forget how pigmented it is. But I'm just glad that I have managed to find something to combat this bronzer because it honestly was so good. Obviously bronzer, I go in the big 3, forehead, cheekbone, jawline. I also like to go across my nose as well because I feel like in the sun I also get burnt on my nose. Like I said, I'm using the Hourglass Veil powder brush to do that. I use this side for like bronzer and then this side for contour. Literally perfect. It was absolutely hammering it down this morning and it's finally cleared up and it's very sunny, which I'm actually a little bit annoyed about because I like it when I'm having a homey day and it's chucking it down, you know? If it's bright and sunny, I feel like I should be outside. I don't want to be outside. I'm also just going to drag a little bit down my neck just to blend it all in evenly. And if I'm wearing like a low cut top or like my chest is out, I will pop a bit of bronzer on my chest as well, just to make sure it's all seamless. I feel like you've caught me on a really bad eyelash looking day. Like they're just not as they should be. I think I'm due a lash lift and a tint to be fair because you really can't see them. Right, next up is blush, which I feel like really ties the whole look together, really brings me back to life. It is no shock that I'm using a BECCA blush in Snapdragon. This colour is gorgeous. I also dug my finger in it by accident the other day. How sad. And I have hit pan. And again, once it's gone, it's gone. Conveniently, I do have another one in the shade Amelia, which is, I mean, it's a similar shade. It's a little bit more shiny, I guess, but it'll have to do. But this one is my favourite. Again, she's super pigmented, so I literally need the tiniest little bit right on the apples of my cheeks. I just smile, and the chubby little bits, that's where I put my blush. I feel like it's become more of a trend over the last couple of years to not put your blush on your cheeks. Like, people put it up here. That's where highlighter goes, on the highest point of your cheeks. I get it, it's supposed to be the whole lifting and sculpting thing, but blush is meant to go here. The whole idea of blush is it goes where you get flushed, where you would naturally blush when you get nervous or, you know, excited or whatever. So it should go here, not up here. Not that I'm telling you where to put your blush. If you do put your blush on the higher points of your cheeks, that's absolutely fine if you prefer that look. Just personally, I think that blush should be on the apples of your cheeks. I also like to swipe whatever's left on the brush just across my forehead. I also like to do a bit on the bottom of my chin. I don't know why, I've been doing this for like the past 2 months and I just really like the look of it. Definitely across the nose. And there we go. Now we're going to move on to eyebrows. For that I use the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil in the shade Warm Blonde. Just going to go through and brush up my brow hairs. I don't like to do super like spiky laminated brows. I went through that phase for like a week and then I was like, no, natural fluffy is the way to go. Just take the pencil. I mainly fill in the ends because that's where my eyebrows are naturally more sparse. I don't really do much to the middle of it, and I can't talk while I'm doing it. My eyes are watering because I just poked myself in the eye. So I literally just do the tiniest amount on the ends. You can see I've just added that thickness back into my eyebrows. They're normally very sparse, but they're not as sparse as they was when I was in year 8 and my sister shaved them off completely. Trauma. A lot of trauma. To set my eyebrows in place, I use the Got To Be Glued eyebrow and like spiking edge gel thing. Let's get a load of that. And I like to wipe off the excess because if you put too much of this stuff on, oh my god, you can't wipe it off. My eyebrows would just be one block and that's not what we want. And I just comb that through my eyebrows. I just sort of lightly brush them up. I sort of essentially go in like the direction of the hair growth. I don't like them all like so. And they will stay in place all day. This is especially good because obviously I have my fringe down on this side, so my fringe tends to like try and knock my eyebrow hairs down throughout the day, but this will keep them in place. Okay, next up I'm just going to add a tiny bit of eyeshadow, and I say it like that because it's not really eyeshadow. I go back in with the same bronzer that I put on and I take the tiniest bit on this Hourglass number 14 little blending brush. I literally just run that through my crease just so it's not like stark, you know, bright white on my eyelids from the concealer. I've got like a little bit of dimension there. You can see. And same thing on the other side. I may have put a bit too much on, but we're just gonna blend, blend, blend. And then if I know for sure that I'm wearing a pink themed outfit, tie it all together, I will then take the Morphe, it doesn't say, blending brush with the same blush that I used, and I will again put it in the same place just over the top just to add a little pop of pink. I feel like it makes my blue eyes stand out, and again it ties all my outfit and also my lips in together because I tend to do like a pinky nude shade every day. I'm going to add a tiny little bit as we've got some pink PJs on. Really the smallest amount. As you can see, it's just added that tiny flush of colour. I hope you can see that. Little dab. And the best thing is it doesn't have to be that well blended or like that neat or anything because it's just like a wash of colour. You see what I mean? Always go through and brush my eyelashes through with a little pink spoolie, and then I will curl them with my little Hourglass eyelash curler. Technically they don't really need to be curled as I get a lash lift, but like I said, I'm due one, so they're faltering a little bit, so I'm just going to go give them an extra push and try not to poke myself in the eye again. There we go. Try and get as close to the root as possible without crying. Oh, beauty is pain. See, look at that. You see that? Oh yeah. Once you've got like long eyelashes, to get them in an eyelash curler, because you have to sort of go down and under to get all of the hair in. It's impossible. I say that like I'm complaining. I love having long eyelashes, but curling them is impossible. Right, now for mascara. If I've had a fresh lash lift and tint, I don't need mascara. It looks like I've already got it on. I don't even bother. As they're looking a little bit worse for wear, I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit of the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Oh. I've always been saying Lash Sensation. Lash Sensational. And I literally just take the tiniest bit on the brush and just sort of feather it through my eyelashes. I don't like to do anything too structured. And I also don't really focus on the ends. I more just focus on the roots. I've got that little bit of lift, a little bit of colour around my eyes, but not like spider lashes. I more sort of do like dramatic, like full length all the way to the end mascara when I'm going out, and I want you to really be able to see the full extent of my lashes. Other than that, I just give them a light coat so they look nice and fluttery and visible, really, because they're not very visible right now. See, just the tiniest amount, you can see the difference. It's just that little bit of extra flair. However, if I was doing my full mascara, I'll just show you my top faves. Maybelline Sky High is another fave of mine. It is amazing. And the L'Oreal Telescopic. These two together as like a combo. I mainly focus this one on the roots and then this one on the ends. When I tell you eyelashes you'll never see them longer. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye so I can actually focus. There we go, and that will do. Just very natural, very fluttery daily mascara. If I need to, on the rare occasion, as I said, I've got long eyelashes, so when I tend to do mascara, the ends, just like putting it up on my eyelids where it doesn't need to be. Just take a dry cotton bud and just wipe away the excess, because we don't like mascara on our eyelids. Take it off. Also, a problem that I feel like no one speaks about with really long eyelashes is how bent they can get. I feel like everyone has like a favourite eye for eyelashes, or at least I do anyway. My left eye slays every time. All the eyelashes are perfectly like lifted and fluttery and beautiful. This eye, however, where they get so long, and I predominantly sleep on this side of my face like smushed into my pillow, they just get bent and crooked, and then they end up falling out a lot quicker. So my left eye, love her. My right eye, we need to be having words. I don't really tend to wear highlighter on a daily basis. I save that for glam. I feel like the natural sort of glow from the collection filter finish and everything gives me enough radiance anyway. So to set my face, I'm going to go in with the Amelia Olivia Beauty Crop Glow Milk Mist. Equal to that, I also love the Beauty Crop Cherrie. Both of these, oh, phenomenal. As you can see, I'm pretty much out of this one. So we're going to use the Glow Milk today. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Spray dupe. Just saying. Always have a fan handy, and I just fan my face to dry in. And when I tell you my face will last all day, like my makeup will not budge, it will look glowy and refreshed like I've just done it all day long. I have gone out on a night out, I've had my makeup on for over 12 hours. I wore this, my makeup did not budge. It looked like I just freshly applied it. It was still glowy. I even sweated like in the club, and like, you know, as you do. My makeup looked fine. Beautiful. Not sponsored, I'm just saying. Right, now for my favourite part is to get rid of foundation lips, as I call it. I know I didn't wear foundation, but you know what I mean. There is nothing I hate more than foundation looking lips, which is why I don't tend to go for like super nude lipsticks that basically just look like a concealer anyway. If you like that, that's fine. Just personally, not my thing. Now finally for lips, it's actually in my little makeup bag that I keep in my work bag because I use it every day. Obviously, starting off with lip balm, I religiously use the Burts Bees in Pink Grapefruit. It's the best one. Again, I don't make the rules. I swear by this lip balm. I have one in my makeup bag, in my drawers, in my car, every possible handbag you can think. I always have one of these with me. If I want to do a bit more of like, you can see that I've got lipstick on, do you know what I mean? I will do a lip liner. This is the BECCA one in Vacation. Again, doesn't exist anymore. It's just a nice pinky nude. And then I will use, wow, that is pretty much empty, the Revolution Juicy Pout lip gloss. I do have a backup of this though, conveniently. I must say though, this started off clear and it's now pink because I obviously predominantly put it over my lip liner. But I feel like then it becomes the perfect shade of gloss. Life hack, if you want the perfect gloss to go with your go-to lip liner and the brand doesn't do one that matches the lip liner, just get a clear one that you like, keep using it, and eventually it will then get tinted by your lip liner and it will be the perfect shade. But on a super natural day like today, the Clinique Almost lipstick in Black Honey. This stuff is game changing. I also want to try the Pink Honey one that they just brought out, like more of a rosy shade, but this in itself is just the perfect like my lip shade but better. Look, it's just giving me that tiny bit of colour. It doesn't look like I've got lip liner or anything on. It doesn't look like I've got anything on. It's just perfect for a no makeup day, especially even when I'm actually not wearing any makeup and I just want like a lip balm, because this is quite nourishing as well. Perfect. Okay, and I want to confidently say that that is the face all complete. This is my everyday makeup routine. If you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give it a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. I feel so corny saying that, but like, what else do you say in an outro? Either way, I'm very grateful for your guys' support, and yeah, I feel like I'm really getting back into YouTube properly now. Like, I've been consistent for about 3 weeks, so let's see how far we get. Hopefully I will stay this way for however long. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. So yeah, bye.